Hello and welcome to another episode of Love, Life, and Relationships. And today we're going to be talking about why chasing and pursuing doesn't work, regardless if you're a man or woman looking for love. This episode is about the modern idea of dating, looking for someone like you're shopping on Amazon or creating a checklist that ends up being impossible to meet. And then you end up wondering if your standards are too high. If this is you, check out this episode. Hey, my name is Michelle Chung, and I'm a live manifestation expert, which means I help women manifest their soulmate live in person, offline. And I help career-driven A-type alpha women find their man so they can have the amazing, committed, and effortless relationship they deserve. I had a comment on my social media the other day from a guy that I had matched with on Tinder or one of those dating apps. It was years ago, during the 5 years I was single before meeting Raf. And my social media post was about leaving the chasing to the men and for women to focus on the feminine energy and to instead create opportunities for men to find you, but not to actively seek out the man you're searching for, your soulmate. This guy who made this comment, he was a lovely guy. I didn't actually end up meeting him in person, but we vaguely kept in touch on Facebook, and I saw his comment. He said that chasing for men doesn't work either. And so it made me think, does chasing work for anyone? The pursuit of relationships in the past was mainly left up to the guys and in our parents' age, right? And our mothers, well, my mother definitely, was always teaching me and advising me, don't chase the guys, don't be too straightforward or open with men. And of course, being the rebellious, stubborn daughter that I was, I had this feminist point of view that, I know a lot of my friends and successful career-driven women these days probably have a similar view, is that, women can do anything men can do. And that's kind of like the feminist kind of way that we're equal, right? And so the idea of sitting back and being chosen by a guy, well, that didn't suit me well at all. And, that didn't suit my personality. And, but actually, in the end, I never had to really sit back long anyway. I was quite fortunate with my history of relationships and very grateful. I'd never actually been single for very long over this 12 to 13-year period of my life. And but then suddenly I was single for 5 years straight after my divorce, and I kind of wondered to myself, what changed? Why was I suddenly single and, couldn't find the relationship that I wanted if I'd already had amazing, great relationships in the past? What was actually happening? What I realized was when I was pursuing and chasing men during that single period of 5 years, I was looking for guys. I was looking for relationships because I was lonely. I was looking for companionship. And, I was in my late 30s by that time and I wanted to have kids. And, they could smell it from a mile away. And so if you're following this motherly advice of not chasing men, then how can you still actively manifest your partner, be empowered to attract a partner, and not be all passive and go where the wind takes you, or like they say, go with the flow? Are you very good at just letting things happen for you? I know I wasn't. And so if you're ambitious and career driven like I am, and you're pretty good at achieving anything you put your mind to, this can be a really big challenge. Sitting on your hands and waiting is not what I was good at. And so when this lovely guy, wrote this comment that chasing doesn't work for men either, it made me think that chasing in itself is a flawed strategy. Even though pursuit, achievement, pushing, these are all masculine traits and to be used appropriately to have a level of success in our modern world these days, these have to be used with caution in dating and relationships. So for a guy to chase you, it might feel exciting, but only if he's someone you actually want chasing you, right? If he is like this confident, smart, savvy, successful, And he's like, all the good stuff, ticks off all your boxes. And this totally magnetic, high value guy, it's super flattering to be chased by him, right? But I remember this story. Let me share this with you. In high school, on Valentine's Day, I once opened the door to the delivery of this huge, beautiful bouquet of flowers. And, super excited to see who it was from. And when I saw the card, I was like, oh no, it was from this really nice, sweet guy who was a friend. And I had no idea that he had this crush on me. And I didn't see him as the kind of guy that actually wanted to be with. And, in high school, I was pretty naive. I didn't really date until like much later. I was very late bloomer and was very naive about guys. But I knew that I didn't see him as the kind of guy that I wanted to date. And so it was actually felt really embarrassing for me to receive this beautiful bouquet of flowers and just cringing. And I actually felt embarrassed for him because he was pursuing me, but he was not the right kind of guy that I wanted. We'd not even had any kind of conversation where he was dropping hints that he'd liked me. It was just quite a full-on gesture that I was like really surprised by. And not sure if it was actually chasing me, but he was trying to show some sign. And the problem was, it wasn't the chase that was the problem, it's who is doing the chasing. So if you're developed and you're the fullest expression of who you are, you're really confident in your own skin, and don't they say that confidence is sexy? If you have this level of knowing who you are, unapologetic, and you just are the highest expression um, of yourself, you're really comfortable in your own skin. That is the most attractive, sexy thing for the other person. That can be so attractive, and to make um, to make your intention known clearly. If you're a guy, well, in the scenario of a guy and a girl, and I used to follow the Matthew Hussey. He was a top UK dating expert. I just loved watching his videos. He reminds us to, metaphorically drop the handkerchief in front of him so he can pick it up in front of you. It's like the discreet yet obvious to the right person. It's exciting gesture that still has you firmly within your own boundaries and self-respect, but you're making it obvious to the guy that you might have an intention for him. And, pick up the handkerchief and let's see what happens. And so then you meet him 50-50. And so in the beginning of a relationship, um, I suppose you do have to go like 80-20, as Pareto's principle says. Um, 20% activities bring the 80% of the result. So you need to go a little bit further in your intention to make it known that this person is special for you and you would like to interest him, you're interested in him to see if something else can develop. And I think it's up to women to show and make this kind of first step, but where the feminists would say, okay, I'm going to do this first step in a man kind of way, I would advise making this first step in still a very feminine, intuitive kind of way, in showing some kind of interest, but also waiting, and this is the feminine part, um, being able to receive and allowing him to come 50-50 and allowing him to come halfway to show if he also meets that level of interest, and that to be letting him investigate your gesture, allowing him not to chase you, but just to follow up on the expression of interest that you would like to come from him. And just I guess that's where this patience, this feminine part comes in, just allowing him to come to you when he's ready, and just keep focusing on your own life and being open to others as well. And my mother used to say, collect, then select. So putting out a whole bunch of lead magnets out into the market and seeing who's interested in who you are and what you have to offer. And when relating it to in terms of business, this is a amazing way to attract the right partner into your life, because you need to have leads, but the correct kind of leads. It can't be just anyone, and they're definitely not the ones that you want to find on dating apps and other online profiles. But to create a channel to receive, and that's what I teach in my online program, how to possibly create your own live events so that you can attract him into your life. You put out the lead magnet of, hey, I've got this amazing event. Would you like to come? Would you like to come and meet me and other people? So this is a great way of meeting people without chasing and just giving an invitation. So I guess that handkerchief is an invitation, and you can see, and if he's interested to take up your invitation, that's the 50-50, allowing him to come halfway to meet you. And the more, I guess, lead magnets you have out there, the more opportunities that you've created for him to come into your life, then this is a much faster, more productive and effective way, rather than chasing and trying to this energy of pursuit, which doesn't work for men or for women. So I hope you found that valuable, interesting, and relevant in your life. And if you're interested in more topics, please send me a message, either on my Instagram, it's at Michelle Chung Coach, or you could send me a message on this podcast platform and let me know the kind of topics you'd be interested to hear about. And let me know how this kind of goes in your life, to avoid chasing and just to create invitations. And I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next episode.